Everybody, welcome to the PlayStation Marathon. I am Lrock617, and if you're wondering why I have this little spinning blue circle on here, it's because my console is currently turned off, and I'm going to turn it on because I want all of us to experience this. It's like every nostalgia button I ever needed. It's so good. You can still only get that on a PlayStation 1 console, too. It blows my mind. Don't even at me about the PS4 theme. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, lovely to see you all. Hope you're all having a great Friday and a good start to the holiday weekend. This is Resident Evil 2. I've played this in a few RGL marathons in the past. I've done speedruns of it. I'm not a particularly good runner at this game, and the PlayStation version is especially, shall we say, unoptimized, especially the US version. But I've got some things I'm going to be able to tinker around with. I also think there's a chance that I'm going to let some of the FMV style cutscenes play out, just so we can get a bit more into the narrative. Actual time's going to start once we, I'll change my configuration. Once the game actually begins. I think it's supposed to normally be on like this, but I'm going to compensate for things like Resident Evil cutscenes and whatnot. So much like always for myself, we're going to be playing Leon A. I actually do plan to learn Claire B as a companion run to it one day. Like I would like to be able to do both of them back to back for a future marathon. Maybe RG Love 2021?
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City.
Stay quiet here.
It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus, a mutagenic toxin created by the international enterprise Umbrella Incorporated for use in bioweapon experiments. The Raccoon City Police Department's Special Stars Unit immediately began investigation in the affair. The case was apparently closed, thanks to the efforts of STARS members Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were far from finished.
So for those that didn't play the first one, the Raccoon Police Department STARS unit investigated an incident that occurred at a mansion on the outskirts of Raccoon City that involved the contamination of many beings being infected, whether they be zombies or they be, rotting canines, number of other monstrosities. This is the 2-month later follow-up to that, because now the outbreak has gone past the mansion and it's into the city.
What have we got here?
It's so bad that it's to the point where I think there's only like single-digit number of survivors left. Also, R.I.P. Paul Haddad. The original voice actor for Leon passed away earlier this year, and it was very, very sad. Passed away the week of Retrothon, I believe. Dude was incredible.
That guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
Now, I didn't actually play the first Resident Evil on PlayStation in my youth, not until after I played this one, so this one's where I cut my teeth. I couldn't tell you why I didn't play the first one. Maybe it just didn't hold much interest for me, but I had two friends that were playing the heck out of this one and just really got me into it.
What could have done this?
And I kind of just embraced this game full grip, and it's now maybe my favorite video game of all time. Big part of why I'm super happy to be able to run this for this PlayStation Marathon for the 25th anniversary.
Don't move!
Big thanks to RGL for giving me the opportunity to put this event together. It's been really awesome so far.
No!
So appreciate all the good luck, everybody. Thank you.
What's up with that guy? That was a clean hit.
Got some lag there. Hope it's not a disc issue.
What?
I'm actually gonna go ahead and skip that to get the rest. Basically, what happens is Leon meets Claire. They end up getting to this point where they get separated by a gigantic truck that flipped. It was being driven by a zombie, lost their police cruiser, and now they had to make their way to the police station. Claire's going the other way. We won't see much of her. We dodge past all these zombies. You're going to be seeing a lot of just, like, doing the best I can to try to maneuver around them.
Freeze!
Now, one thing to advise, for the PlayStation version, this was the first version of this game released. You can't skip any cutscenes like this. I think that wasn't introduced until the Dreamcast version, I want to say. You also can't do door skips like you can on the PC version. So yeah, you kind of just have to just sit through everything for the most part.
Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them.
Also, this dude's a douche. If you're playing this with Claire, like, all he does is hit on her.
Hold on. I don't have a clue.
Darling.
By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was in.
Also, what's a nug? Someone tell me what a nug is? I don't know what a nug is. Alright, so what we can do is we can search around there to find items. Then we can get the shotgun from the gun shop owner. But that's too dangerous, so we're just going to leave and leave him to his fate. It was going to happen anyway. Alright, this to me is probably the first hard aspect of the run. Hopefully I get the trip. Okay, good, good. That's step one. I'll explain that here in a moment. Take that hit. Yeah, I figured I was getting hit again. That guy was a little bit too close to the door. So the basketball court sucks. For a number of reasons. For one thing, what you're supposed to be able to do is use a visual cue to be able to walk under the black wire that's hanging overhead in that helicopter visual. Sometimes it doesn't trigger, and you have to run even further back, and then it spawns later, and then the zombies break out and they get more distance, and not desired. It happened in 2 runs. That's not good either. Okay, had to mind that. This game is throwing some stuff out at me today. This is already a little bit too early for this craziness. Instant turnaround from the female zombie when I jump on top of the dumpster? Good God. Unfortunately, I've never been quite proficient at quick shots, so I'm just going to do what I can to make sure these 2 zombies are avoided. Won't be using the actual handgun too much. Take her out. Shots is perfect. That's not good. I let him get too close to me. That was not very good at all. Alright, and this is, I think, for the US version, one of the harder dodges. There's an extra zombie thrown in here just because, you know, oh, I turned too far to the right. Yuck. Not desirable at all. Let's see if I can wiggle past these guys. I definitely don't want to be in caution by the time I get to the police station. That's not good. But I have a chance of being okay here. Right. So anyway, our goal, get to the police station, get our way out of the police station, which makes you wonder why we're going there to begin with. It's because we need to get somewhere that's within the police station, specifically the sewer. Minor spoiler there. Also, this was just one of the coolest things I'd ever seen when I was a PlayStation kid. Just getting to see the entire interior of the police department like that. Wild. Alright, head up to the left. We're gonna go talk to Will Smith real quick. Also, see the letters on Leon's uniform? What does RPD stand for? Wrong answers only.
Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon.
Feel free to contemplate that while Marvin
like
gives us
the
his parting words.
Cancelled. What happened?
About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving zombies in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city.
Really
Chris
pretty dude, really powerful
and the other
dude,
stars
real
discovered
Peter
that
Dinklage.
Umbrella was behind everything.
Oh, jeez.
They risked their lives to reveal the truth.
Rapid
But
poop
no
dispenser?
one
Someone had some
Not long
time to
after that,
think about that
All
one.
this started to happen.
I don't even know what rod paying doors is supposed to be.
Hang in there.
Ridiculously powered donuts gets a nod.
Don't worry about me.
Rather punctured dude. I was hoping for rather
Rescue
punctured like
survivors
data,
in
but
the
sure.
other rooms.
Retro PlayStation disc? Okay, that just won everything.
Take this key.
Shut the
out.
meme down. We're done
You should be
here.
able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But Just go.
Just had to bring the gun out, didn't you? So I'm very unhappy about the fact that I'm already in caution. So, because I'm not going to be able to heal for a while. I don't think it's going to affect too much, but it's going to affect enough to where I'm going to be a little bit self-conscious about certain segments that I normally wouldn't be. I forget the exact percentage of movement speed you lose when you're in caution. I think it's somewhere between like 25 to 30%. It's fairly significant. Oh, come on, that's not even appropriate. Try harder. Alright, we got a few doors unlocked now. Head on this way. So from here we're going to have to, with the keys, we actually need to go around and find the access that we're going to need to be able to get into the sewer. It's going to involve some themed plugs based on chess pieces. Hope you didn't see that through the window. Also, this camera angle, though. Yeah, there we go. That one right there. That's the only time you get that camera angle. I'm actually going to let this little FMV play out, assuming it doesn't stutter again. Because the first time I saw this was just... I didn't know what to think. I just knew I was playing the right game. That is some stuff. Leon can now officially say that he's seen some ish. We're not going to get that green herb because A, it's not safe, and B, I don't want it yet. Little hallway here. There's a door on the right coming up where we're going to get a key item. It's essentially a red jewel that we can use the lighter to get, but we don't need it yet. For inventory purposes, we're not going to snag it just yet. This dodge is going to be a little tricky with the reduced movement that I have, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Okay, cool. We got there. Hold forward, left, circle around, and you're in there. But then what nation has Cleon B? Here's a quick puzzle. You got these statues to slide into their spots on the opposite wall. Essentially what you have to do is you have to get the faces of the statue to face the one in the center. Right now, for time purposes and speed purposes, we're only going to do this one. And then we're going to leave. Moving on out. A couple zombies in here, but I can hug this left wall. It'll be fine. Alright, now we're going to get some healing, which feels great. I believe this first aid spray is actually only available in Leon A, so it's a nice little safety to have. If I'm running the PC version, the shotgun is not something I obtain. The reason I get this is because A, this is the PlayStation version, B, this is the US version, and C, it's complete nonsense why we have to do it. I should have already gone ahead and equipped that. So what I'm going to do is equip the shotgun, use the first aid spray, grab the diary. Don't need to read through that. Alright, so we have our first key item in the metal. Oh look, it's Claire. She got here quick.
It's good to see you're still among
But
the
then
living.
again, so did I. Shrug, I don't know.
It looks like
Appreciate
we're
it.
not gonna find your brother here after all.
This music gets me in the feels every time. Every time. I've heard this probably 200 times in my entire life, and I'll never get tired of it. Capcom orchestration was on another level, y'all.
Necessary. Let's split up, look for any survivors, and get out of here.
Right.
It was also really when I really started to respect Capcom
Here's a ring. Take it.
as a video game developer third party, because they showed that
That way we can keep in touch.
they showed they could branch out. Prior to this, all I knew from them was like Disney platformers, Mega Man, and fighting games, and they could have just thrived on that for forever. But then we got this little ditty of a series, and this just changed the aspect of everything. Alright, time to push the second statue into place. This one's a little tougher. That one you only had to push the wall. This one's a little bit more annoying. We're going to do a bit of this. Hopefully I don't get stuck in the middle. Did not. There's a small visual cue you have there of this tile in the far back, so it's like right there, I think. I'm gonna try to push it this way. Sometimes I get that thing caught against the corner, and it's the most aggravating thing to have to correct. I do not like it at all. We'll be back for that in a moment. It's actually faster to wait till later to get it. Also, a quick thing, if you're going up and down stairs, you can hold the action button, which in this case is X to button buffer. Like, it'll just automatically take you down the stairs. It's neat. I'm gonna wait for this guy to come off the wall. I'm gonna do this. Alright, we're out of here. That is where this shotgun is obtained if you don't get it at the beginning, yes. It also has full ammo. If you get it from Kendo, it only has 4 shells. Behind the windows. I believe that if you get grab of these things, they don't do damage, but it does look kind of, you know, lewd. So there was that. I didn't mean to get grabbed there. It was a mistake, but hey, it was funny, so whatever. Work our way back to the entrance. Find our little friend here. He shouldn't be bothersome to us. He has been doing quite a bit of that lately to me, though, where he'll turn and he, like, tries to block me. I'm like, why, dude? Like, you're wasting everybody's time. You're not going to get anything out of it, but it is kind of frustrating to see. Wants to put in that effort. Show the boss that he's actually a good company man. Another quick FMV. We're not going to watch this one, though. Not for the most part. That. In fact, I think that's one of the more pointless FMVs in the game. All it does is just spout the key out. I think that particular sequence lasts maybe like another, probably not even another second beyond that. We're just gonna hold start and walk our way past it. Go back this way. So we do all that just so we can get all the way back, and then we're gonna go all the way back again. Real talk, this might have been the first Metroid-style game I ever played, because I didn't play anything with Metroid or Castlevania in the title until I played this game. Feel free to judge. I probably deserve it, but that can't not change the past. Yo, I actually slid past that guy by not even trying to dodge. Okay, that's a new one. Normally I had to do like some weird like outside movement, but that time he just got confuzzled. I'm okay not taking that damage though. A liquor claw swipe will not do as much as a zombie bite, but it's still substantial. Like, you don't want to take it. I think it's 22 damage from a liquor versus 30 from a zombie bite. We're gonna move out this way. Now I'm gonna grab the green herb because it's safe, because he's chilling his nice little nest on the ceiling. There's his hive. Mash, mash, mash. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're gonna stop by this room. We're gonna be able to get this jewel. Waltz our way in here through all this debris. Sure, the police department's seen better days, but then again, it could just look like this every day for all I know. Waltz our way back. Throw the lighter here. Get our jewel. Quick thing about the timeline of this game. RGL Zone of Fada Cthulhu, who's going to be running Resident Evil 3 right after this, that actually, the first half of that game or so actually takes place before this game. Like, the events of 2 are essentially sandwiched between 3. Like, you get the first part of 3, then you get 2, then you get the last part of 3. I always thought that was kind of interesting that they did that. And that somehow they never got to meet up with Jill, because she probably would have been a big asset, but, you know. Alright, same dodge, because we're going back upstairs. Didn't want to hug the wall there before I can reach out for that. Now I get to grab other jewel. Honestly, when you're playing this game for speed, I still think outside of dodges, the biggest thing you have to get down for a game like this is resource management, because it's a challenge. Like, it's important to know, like, if you need to make sure you have a healing item and you need to make sure you have the inventory space available for it. That has failed to work out for me a number of times. Alright, so this guy, I'm gonna hug the wall. I hate that dodge just because of the camera angle. I always get it, but it never looks like I'm going to, you know, if that makes sense. Got a little feast. I'm gonna walk through here. Some of my coworkers. Waltz right on through the door. I hung on to the green herb that I'll be bringing in here, combined with this red herb. We're not going to be doing anything else in here right now, but in this next room in the balcony, this is going to show why I ended up taking the shotgun. I love this song. We got this guy over here. We're going to get to ignore him. He's not going to be a bother to us ever. But then you've got this clown. This guy is only in the US version of this game. This guy's a linebacker. He basically just eats your hurt box no matter where he is there. I do that just to get rid of him too. I actually don't know if that killed him, but it did get him out of my way. Just trying to remember my inventory space right now. Give me 1 second. Better go ahead and do this. Yeah, it cost me a little bit of time to drop off the knife, but I'm not too worried. Oh, what am I doing? That way. There's also some emergency green herbs outside this door in front of me, but I'm not going to bother with those. We're just going to run through these crows. Cool little scare moment here. Sorry, spoilers. I also think that's the first time a crow ever got ahead of me. I've never seen that crow just straight pull ahead of me down the corridor. That was wild. And now we're onto this flaming heap of metal, formerly known as a helicopter. Goal here is we have to put out that fire, because the only way we're going to get into that hallway where the helicopter crashed is by putting it out, because we can't walk through fire. Maybe one day. Maybe Leon will take proficiency in pyromancy, but that day is not today. Snag this, hit the door. Whatever you do, you ever play this game, do not go through that door. That's all I'm going to say about it. Do not ever, ever, ever go through that door. Like this. Not sure what's going to happen here. Sometimes I keep the shotgun for safety because of exactly this. She blocks the stairs. That's pretty bad luck, so I'd rather just get her out of the way. So now I have 3 more shells available at my disposal. Use the valve handle for the first of 4 times. I think this is the only reusable key item in the entire game, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to think about it, but, well, okay. I already had to take part of that back. The 4 keys based on the suits are reusable, except for the heart key. You only use that once. But you also don't keep those past the police station if you've used them as much as you can. Whereas the valve handle, we're gonna be chilling with that for quite a while. All right, on to our friends the crows. Maybe they're hanging out with Dumbo. We're gonna just walk through here. I love the sound design in this game so much. Like, the music's solid. It's mostly just ambiance, but like the way this game incorporates the audio as part of the environment is just impeccable. Like, I'll always love this game just for that. All right, another shot here. This is very dodgeable, but this angle's awful. Like, I hate trying to like work my way through those like perfect right turns you have to do there. Like, I'm not a fan. So I just get rid of that guy and we move on. Drop off our jewels. Why not? We got 2 of them. Put them. Snag this key. Perfect. Another quick FMV that's basically pointless. Right, so this is the first of one of the 4 items that we're going to actually need to get out of the police station. These are the plugs. I mentioned them a little bit earlier. They're all based on chess pieces. This, in this case, I think is the king plug. Why you get the king first, I don't know. That means the game is over. But here we are still playing. See if I can dodge this guy. Guy's not too hard of a dodge, but I always want to make sure I know where he is when I turn that corner. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and drop off the shotgun here. Maybe a little risky, but I think I'll be okay. Actually, I don't recall if I killed this guy or not. It did kill him. Okay. I was trying to go for a headshot, and it shot him in the, like, the abdomen. I wasn't sure if he died. Never can be too sure if the head's still attached. Alright, now we get to create a shortcut to head back down to the lobby, get ourselves some snacks. Your brains are popular this time of night. Well, it's this way. I'm aware I'm still unarmed. I don't really think it means anything right now. The handgun we don't even have to use again for quite a while. In fact, there might be one area where I might use it just cause. The liquor hallway. Debating if I should go over that same strat again. Couldn't hurt, right? Yo, twice in a row. Must be my birthday. Alright, so admittedly, this is one of the... I wouldn't necessarily call it one of the harder dodges, but it is one that, if you miss it, it is extremely punishing. In fact, I lost a run to it earlier this week. And I'm kind of putting myself in that position again. The only note I have for it is just don't run early. I think I took off like half a second too early, and I just paid the ultimate price. Like, the game, it actually killed me. I took like 6 chain grabs in a row. It was really bad. So what I'm gonna do is let these guys form up. Around. Ah, dang it. Okay, almost. Not that big a deal. Getting grabbed once is fine. I just wasn't quick enough to be able to get in the second time. What I missed was the first instance of actually trying to open the door. That's where the mistake came in. Ignore that green herb. Say hi to Marvin again. Oh, that's too bad. Turns out it was Marvin from Pulp Fiction the whole time. So this guy can give us 3 different speeds. We're going to see which one he's going to give us. Hopefully not mid. A little faster than anticipated. Maybe that might have been mid. Oof, okay. Had to run around a little further than I would have liked, but still good we didn't get nabbed. Good stuff there. Now we have the heart key. I would argue this might be the most important of the 4 suited keys, because it definitely leads to the longest, one of the longer segments of the police station. Whereas, like, you go there and you don't actually get to leave it for a while. And it's also probably the most important for the storytelling of the game. We'll ignore those guys for now. Alright, I do not like this dodge. I'm probably going to miss it, because I usually do. Actually, I can just go the long way around. Never mind. I knew you could do it coming back. I didn't know you could do it coming in. So, yeah. Safety first. Wasn't wearing his mask. I'm leaving. Alright, so this is our heart key door. It opens to a pretty important part of the game. We're making our way down to the basement of the police station. And this is essentially Leon's unique area of the police station. Leon and Claire each get one. Claire gets a passage right next to Chief Iron's office, and then Leon gets this. Yo, got that dodge too? Sure. Alright, on our way. Yo, INGS Gaming, thank you so much for the resub at 18 months. Give that person a retro win. We're gonna be quiet here for a little bit. For some story. And some stockings. Here we have Ada Wong.
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
We'll become quite familiar with her.
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
This is also the most conservative that Ada would ever dress in a video game.
He's one of those reporter types.
If you're counting the animated stuff, you could say, like, in Damnation, she had this 3-piece pinstripe suit on, and that was definitely more conservative than this. But in games, yeah, this is about as clean cut as it gets for her. Oof, a little early, Chrono.
If we
And
work
David,
together,
but we'll get
we
there.
can move this thing.
Promise we
Give me a
will.
hand here, will you?
Alright, so for those that aren't aware, I did the same thing during Vixie's run for Retrothon, which I got to do commentary for, and I'm very, very grateful to that person. Shoutouts to Vixie. Vixie's incredible. Really good runner of this game. Her PB's like 4 minutes faster than mine on PC. So we're going to push this truck out of the way, we're going to go inside this door, then we're going to get this very short cutscene. And here we have our meme.
Ada, wait!
So let's see. If it's part of her personality, you might call it an Ada trait. If you go fishing with her, you might want to bring your Ada bait. Talk to Ben, watch the memes.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up.
I never could tell if Leon was hitting the door with his hand or what that's supposed to be.
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep.
Let's see. If she was made of wood, you might consider her to be an Ada crate.
Is this the guy?
Ada Lane.
You told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
She were part of Team RGL TV. She might be called Ada Nate.
I'm trying to find my boyfriend.
I can always get behind Ada Fate. Ada Fate's
He's
good.
working for a branch office of Umbrella based in Chicago. But
She
he
also
died
conspired this
6
really
months
big
ago.
political scandal called Ada
I
Gate.
heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Shut up, Ben. You and your damn rat tail.
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
Don't you know she serves you dinner on an Ada plate?
I have it right here, officer. But I'm not about to leave this cell.
Don't accrue up too much interest. It might get to an Ada rate.
Around out there.
Hang on.
What was
Sorry, I
that?
had to wait till my party was reached. I love the triple turn there. I don't know why. It's so beautifully synchronized.
Get out of
It's
here.
just
before you
it's
leave
just
right
very
to-
goofy to me. I enjoy it.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere.
Ada
I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
Leon's so stern.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through.
She's
and
not
you-
crooked. She's Ada straight.
It won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
Pretty sure I've seen her get mad at Wesker. Alright, so we're gonna take this crowbar, and why you can't use this as an actual, like, melee weapon is something that I think was a severely lost opportunity in this game, but I'm also biased. Beating monsters to death with a crowbar is, like, kind of a guilty pleasure of mine in video games. It's a big part of why I enjoy the Silent Hill series as well. Crowbar bashing was good times. But no, we can't hit things with it. We're just gonna take it over this manhole. Right open. Hook it up, boyo. There we go. Mash out of this. Alright, this part's kind of obnoxious. Ada inmate, wow. So we got two spiders. First one is of no bother whatsoever. This guy, though. Yep. He did that thing. It's not too much of a cause for worry, but God, I wish he wouldn't do that. Anyway, sometimes that spider just blocks you and he poisons you and you have to come up here and get the blue herb and it sucks. Don't even need to heal the rest of the time. I missed a bunch of other hits. I'm just hoping he doesn't do it again. What other traits would she have? So what you're supposed to do here is you actually have to enter, for speed purposes, you enter and leave, and then immediately starts a cutscene. But I'm going to cost myself a little bit of time here and drop off this plug for inventory purposes, because this is going to be our exit. I'd just rather have the resource space free, because might need the healing, you never know. And hey look, Ada's back.
Ada?
Septic
I've introduced myself.
poo? I mean, that's
My name's
appropriate,
Leon.
right?
I'm with the RPD.
Ah, see, Leon was holding the L. My bad.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check.
I'm sure when I was a teenager I made a lot of shaft jokes there, but man, I'm over it. Y'all can have at it, though. Up you go, onto my big broad shoulders. So now we're in control of Ada. Ada is honestly overpowered. Like, I wish I got to play this character the entire game. She has Claire's movement turning, but I actually think she's even faster for her run speed. Like, Ada just blazes through everything. Look at this character. Granted, anything would feel better than the pontoon boat that is Leon Kennedy, but... Because, you know, Leon's got the shoulder span of a UFC heavyweight. Got like 82 inches there, some garbage. So yeah, this is a breath of fresh air, for sure. Just a quick little puzzle with Ada. I gotta push this all the way back. Not quite all the way, but I go, for speed purposes, what I do is I just go until she stops, like, actually, like, doing a thrust push. Because when we fill this thing with water, it should be able to leave it intact no matter what. Something like that. There we go. Ada also doesn't suffer from the same problems that Sherry has in the same scenario. Sherry sometimes will try to get up on a ledge and her leg will hang and it actually costs you time. And it's completely random. So Ada's quite a bit more optimal here. Go snag this thing. This is strictly for Leon. It's just the last suited key that's needed. It's a big one, though. Go, 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 go. Get the map if you want to. Excuse me. More dog dodging. This dog up here is actually kind of a problem sometimes. Like, yeah, like if he does that, like, are you kidding me? Like, he suddenly can, like, gain, like, 3 times his movement speed and circle around you and block you in. Like, come on. Give me a break, game.
Leon, can you hear me?
I was unaware, this game is quite random, and that's one of the things that makes the speedrun about so interesting.
Right here.
Like, it's not a constant roll of the dice or anything, but there are some segments where you're just shaking your hand, ready to roll a d6. Hope for the best.
I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
And she gone.
What? Ada, wait!
Alright, get him out again. Let's see. I feel like all the good ones have been taken. Please notice. Oh my god. You douchebag. That's the first time I've been poisoned twice in the same run. Alright, so the only way to fix this is gonna be a blue herb or a first aid spray. I don't actually know where I can find a blue herb, but I do know... Well, actually, no, yes I do. Okay, so we're gonna make a minor detour. I completely forgot about this. Back in Ben's cell, in the cell next to him, there's a gaggle of blue herbs. We're gonna go use that. That was really mean, though, game. Poison twice in the same run. Twice so far. As far as total, I mean, I'm not here to post spoilers. Okay, there was one. I knew there was one in here. Oh, okay. Take this one too, because it's free healing. I know I'm costing myself time, but screw it. Don't quite know what health I'm going to be at, but I'd rather be at fine to be able to get through this. There actually is HP in this game. You start the game at 200 HP. Once you reach less than 100, you go into caution, and then once you reach less than, I think, 30, you go into danger. Like, once you're in danger, if you get hit once, you're probably just done. Like, I don't think there's any way to survive it. Way back through this parking lot. It's always about to become quite a bit more dangerous. Now we got liquors to deal with. As opposed to dogs. I'd rather have the dogs. Yeah, I should not have gone quite that wide. Yep. One thing I could do there is keep advancing to the door on the right to use the club key. You have 3 doors which you can use the club key, and the reason that one's significant is because you don't actually need to use anything for you don't need anything that's on the other side of the door, so it's a worthless door, but the game doesn't ask if you want to discard a key until you've used it on every door that you can. Anyway, we're gonna head in here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and heal. Actually, I should have just... That was a mistake. I should have equipped this Magnum too. Big whoops. We are going to need this shortly. I'm also going to do a quick grab of this green herb here at the end of the hallway. Reason is there's a red herb a couple hallways down that I'd like to mix with this. We can get a full healing item. If I take the desk way around here, I should be able to avoid all these guys. It's not the fast way, but it's definitely the safe way. Oh, if that guy touched me, I was going to be so upset. If he had done like a full 360 and grabbed me, that would have not been fair. Okay, so now we have the Horde. I think this is home to maybe the most difficult speed strat in the game. But I'm not doing that. Still got grabbed though, which is unfortunate, but I kind of expected that. Even going the full way around outside can still be caught by bad RNG. So we got this guy in our way. We're gonna get rid of him. This here is the red hallway. This is one of the most dangerous rooms in the game. Full stop. That is not something that I wanted to have happen. Grab this red herb, like I said I was going to. There's so many plants. I mean, haven't you ever seen elephants eat? It's pretty much all they eat. They do just fine. Puzzle here. It's an easy solution. 2, 3, 1, and you're done. Get our gear. I think it's actually referred to as a golden cog or cog wheel, but it's a gear. Pretty simple. Oh yeah, I had to do this, don't I? I should have done this. I meant to do this before I used the lighter, so that was a mistake. I'll use this healing item if I have to, but I don't anticipate having to. I'm also not going to use the Magnum at all until I get to the boss. Because you only need 7 shots to kill the boss, and that's exactly what I have left. Okay, so I can hug this wall. One more door to go through. That frees up a slot in our inventory, that's good. Right, this room is weird. You see the 2-way mirror. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this. I really don't want to, but I need the inventory space, so we'll be okay. And then that happened. Strangely enough, when you're playing Beast Scenario, it's the first aid spray that you pick up that causes them to burst through, not the plug on the wall. Hate this dodge. Because it's really dumb. Yep. This is the problem with this one. If I get grabbed by her, I pretty much always get grabbed by him. I don't think I've ever seen that not happen. Right, the Horde, getting back to the Horde on the reverse is a little bit easier, but it can still run into some problems, especially if I get caught on the bench on the far left wall. Like, yeah, if you can make a clear dash there, you're usually good, but I've been caught on the corner of that bench and it just turns disastrous quickly. But we're fine. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to use an herb when I get to the top, but I do encounter one more enemy before I have to go start cleaning up some space. Turn left. Okay, thankfully he didn't jump. He generally isn't going to catch me no matter what, but the jump just has so much range, and it's so terrifying to have to put up with. A little cutscene. This actually affects Scene B. There are these extension cables that you can use on those circuit breakers at the wall there to keep zombies in, but depending on the timing of when you do it, you still may get busted windows. It's really strange. Like, I think it was a cool idea to make it that intuitive to a degree, but at the same time, I think the execution left a lot to be desired. Big loud bang there. Another quick puzzle for a plug. It's so weird. Growing up, I always did this puzzle really early, but now, let's do it right before I'm ready to exit. Pretty simple solution. Just move the far left 2 to the right. You get that from seeing that color pattern there on that swivel door. Just drop down and give it this plug. I think I'm actually going to have to use first aid spray. I wasn't at full health, so this is like not the worst, but it's not good either. What we get for not getting to drop off the club key or discard the club key. Okay. Whoop. Leon, please. You need to get one more plug, but luckily, in this case, we get to use 2 items to free up inventory space rather than 1. Or worse yet, 0. Because to get that last plug, all I have to do is solve a puzzle. You don't have to use an item. Alright, anyway, so we got this thing. Use the crank. Bring the stairs down. I think that's the case with a lot of people who try to play classic Resident Evil. Tank controls are very much their own special, unique commodity. I probably would hate them too if I didn't enjoy this game so much. But it's, as mentioned, it's maybe my favorite game ever, so definitely no regrets. So now we get to start the clock. We're going to open this panel on the wall. Give us our last plug. And Leon gets a nice shortcut here where he just gets to jump down the dust chute. No fuss, no muss. Well, except for Ben.
No! Get away!
I mean, it's a bummer, but Ben was kind of a jerk, so shrug. I definitely think if you can play the original Silent Hill, you can play this game for sure. In fact, Silent Hill was a game that I wanted to end up submitting for this, but I unfortunately didn't get to learn it in time. It's a cool run, but it's a little bit more intricate than I had the time for. Maybe one day. We get to have a very abrupt conversation with Ben.
Can you still hear me? Come on, answer!
And here we have
Damn!
the only swear word in the entire game.
I almost got the story.
Ben.
Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator.
Those that haven't played Claire's scenario, he's not wrong. Chief Brian Irons is complete trash.
Make him.
He is the worst kind of corrupt police official, who also happens to be the leader.
Oh, my chest. It's burning.
Part of me does wonder what this feels like.
What's wrong?
And I don't mean chest burning, I'm talking intricate details. But as is, I mean, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
Good God, what was that?
Got our mail.
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Oh wait, he's about to say the 3rd time, I forgot.
Ada, wait! Hey!
I just completely blipped it out because he added on another word.
Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
You know, at the end of that radio, Claire sounds completely disinterested in what Leon has to say to her, but when you actually play her scenario, she actually sounds okay. So maybe it's the static that just added some additional apathy. Bugged me for years. Work our way back to our exit room. Crossing the fingers that poison doesn't happen again. Should be obvious, but that's a kennel. There's a red herb at the end of that walkway, but if you take it, the dogs break out of their little cells. We don't want that. All right, you. You don't like me, I don't like you. Okay, there we go. You actually behaved that time. I'm surprised. Should have everything I need here. Last 3 plugs, 7 shots from the Magnum. Yeah, we're good. I legitimately forget what the name of this boss is. Surely someone knows it's not me. But I've always just referred to it as Baby, because I think that's its code name. This is the thing that burst out of Ben. Part of the G virus that created an embryo and destroyed a human body to get here. You know, typical horror movie trope stuff. Oh look, more embryos. Again, should be easy. We only need to shoot it 7 times, and we should be done. These things are going to grab me a little bit, but it's not too bad. Yeah, this thing happens. These things do a little bit of damage, but it's nothing worrisome. So now that he pieced the heck out, throw all these in here. And we out this bitch. He had an onion on his belt. I still love that tone.
Ada! What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid.
Lectures by Leon.
Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
You can tell Leon's pissed. And I kind of get it.
Look, Ada.
Because, like,
As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work
Let's see.
together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
it is a bit conservative, which I'm normally not, but it is Leon's job to make sure that, you know, a citizen in danger is brought to safety. And she's the one jeopardizing that. But of course, like, she's on a mission, he doesn't know that, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Respect what he's doing, respect what she's doing for herself. Reckless and stupid. Right ahead of the chest for a quick moment. I want to drop off this club key because we'll never need it again. Don't really think I need the shotgun. I do want to equip the handgun, though. I should have waited. There's a place I'm going to use the valve handle, and I should have just waited till then, but this is okay. Believe it or not, we actually do need the handgun in 2 very specific segments here. Pretty much. Leon Kennedy has, like, the worst first day ever. This also gets to show off just how much of a scumbag Ada really is.
Ada! Heads up!
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
You just took a bullet for me, and I'm gonna go chase somebody. Go ahead and let that digest. It might not be your favorite dessert. We're being honest. Jill Valentine on any scale has been completely meaningless to me since I started playing this series. It's probably the hottest of takes, but there it is. Oh, quick speed strat thing. We're gonna unequip the handgun here. Because of this cutscene. For two reasons. What happens there is Annette shoots the gun out of her hand, and that actually adds extra time out of the cutscene. Because it has like a slower load at the beginning, and etc. etc.
Identify yourself. Ada Wong.
Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-Virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe.
How did you know? Who are you?
Get some backstory here.
Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-Virus, William Birkin.
And also Sherry's mother.
What? John's dead. He became one of those.
That's such a
zombies.
weird conversational transition. It's like, we're talking about my husband and your boyfriend's dead. It's like, what?
You will be joining him shortly. I won't.
This is a
let anyone
weird
take
scripting choice.
this away from me.
G-Virus?
It's capable of creating the ultimate
Like you don't know.
bioweapon. Its potential is even greater.
This is actually the other cutscene I'm gonna let play out. It's definitely not for speed. I just think it's one of the coolest cutscenes ever. Like, it's super duper dope.
William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
See, I cut my teeth in the second one, so I was always a fan of Claire, especially after Code Veronica.
This way.
Claire looked like a world beater after Code Veronica.
It's sheer perfection.
Here we have William.
My precious G-Virus.
Goon we saw with the eyeball on his shoulder.
Take you away from me.
There he is.
So you finally.
I also can't tell what
Doctor,
William's
we're
eye
here to
color
work
is.
with
They're always in
G-Virus.
shadows. It's
Sorry.
weird.
But I won't just hand over my life's work.
I can tell there's some blue there, but it looks...
Hit the sample.
The eyes are just huge. Like, it's so hard to tell, but that's PlayStation FMV for
Okay,
you.
let's move out.
There's also a good origin story for the character of Hunk.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first.
Hunk is an Umbrella operative who goes on, like, pretty much all the dangerous missions because he survived all of them. Name actually stands for Human Unit Never Killed, which I always thought was really cool. I forget which of these four that he is, but... Spoiler, he is the one that gets away. Oh, his eyes are red. Okay, my bad.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-Virus into his own body?
The G-Virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there. Shoot! Eat this, you freak!
Remember right, I believe Hunk is the one that has all the samples. Which is why he's the best dispatch.
Hurry!
Or maybe not, because he just dropped them.
What is this thing? Fire! Fire! Son of a...
So satisfying. That's how you get the story of how they got into the city. The rats were carrying it all.
So those rats were the carriers of the virus.
As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-Virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures.
And create offspring.
No. Getting a little scuffle here. So long.
Too bad.
This is the other point where you'd save time by unequipping the gun, because Ada actually turns around and reaches down to the ground to pick up her gun if it gets knocked out of her hand. Whereas if you unequip it, not an issue. we found a friend. Or better yet, it found a friend. Now back to our wounded.
Ada?
I'd be so mad if I were him. Like, I got shot and she left. So we got a pretty straight and narrow path to take here. Walk out here this ledge. Go right. Spiders here are not concerned at all. They are gigantic. Quite a bit bigger than the ones that we saw in the sewer before, but they're also just not going to bother us. The only real hazard here, I think, is the fact that when you're trudging through water like this, you do move pretty slowly. Get up there, Leon, please. Thank you. Yeah, when that spider gets inside the alcove, he actually can be a problem, because if he spits stuff at me, it's going to be pretty bad. That's why we have that blue herb there. Come on, dude. Still the handgun equipped, right? Yeah, there we go. What? Misaligned. Okay, fine. So now we get to use the valve handle again. That up there was the bridge that Ada crossed in order to get down the ladder. So move it down here to us. And we need to keep the valve handle. Because... gotta go put it back up. I've actually lost a lot of time to casual runs because of this. Also, because I missed out on getting to keep that first aid spray due to inventory problems, I am going to go ahead and snag these 2 green herbs. So the first aid spray, which I'm very, very thankful for, but wouldn't mind having these either. Alright, full stop. This is honestly probably my favorite thing in the entire game, outside of the one camera angle you get when the liquor first debuts. This giant corridor here. We're gonna go find this big hole here in the wall.
Ada!
Of course, what should be separating us but that guy. That's just an impressive looking sprite. Like, I just love the gator. It might be the coolest looking thing in the game to me. So anyway, there is a fast strat here that you can do for what's called, I think it's like a quick drop on the canister. I'm not going to do that. It saves maybe like, I think it saves like 2 seconds, but if you fail it, you just die. So yeah, not all about that right now. So we'll let him see the canister, pick it up. The thing. So long, Mr. Gator. Easy, boss. Real talk, you try to fight that guy? Oof. Knife only runs, you actually have to fight the gator, and it's very impressive. I'm only doing Leon A today. My estimate would be quite a bit longer than an hour and a half if I was doing all 4.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Love this music too. The harmony is just beautiful.
I'll patch you up.
I was unaware, I played piano for 3 years as a kid, and kind of mad at myself that I didn't stick with it, because I just appreciate the music that much more now.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
We're patched up. We're reunited with Ada. Head back to this room that we've already been in. We need to go up here to get something that only Leon could obtain. Got a couple of metals we've got to snag before we can make our way into the deeper part of the underground. For some reason, this blade is also now spinning from when Ada was using it. So we're going to turn it a couple times. Suddenly not anymore. But the good news is the bugs are all cleared out from before, but they're generally not an issue unless you're playing as Sherry. Sherry moves very, very slowly, and bugs pretty much always catch up to her. Well, crocodile. Last metal's easy to get. We're just going to hike off to the right onto this little ledge. Up until a couple days ago, I kept forgetting which cadaver over here actually held the metal. Definitely the one on the right. Please don't climb up on the ledge, Ada. Damn it. That doesn't cost me time, it just annoys me. Like, you couldn't just wait. He's gonna run around a little bit. Now all these zombies wake up, which weren't here before, by the way. I think it's a cool thing they did, but still. We just ignore them. We're just gonna leave. Head over here to this gate. Also, I've seen Ada get poisoned in here a number of times. It's actually really funny when it happens. You can't do anything about it, like you can't actually help her. But I still thought it was funny. What am I doing? Right now I'm going to hang on to the 2 green herbs in case I find a red one. I don't recall if there's one before the boss. But I'm willing to let it play out and see where it goes. There's the spit. And of course Ada was going to turn around and confront it because partner AI in this game is really strange. Next mode of transportation is going to take us to the tram. That'll get us into the Umbrella facility. I did not mean to click that again. This is something that Claire actually doesn't have to do in any of her scenarios. Heading in this tram to get across the way. Here, if Claire and Sherry reach this, it's just cutscene to cutscene. But for these two, since they both have guns, they're going to have a little bit of a setback to deal with. Just a quick mini-boss fight. Nothing too bad. William pops his arm down. Get your auto-aim and just let it rip. I think you want to do this 5 times before Ada decides to go finish him off. And that's the last one you need to use the handgun. I've never seen her die in follower mode. Like, I don't think Leon's is actually turned into an escort mission. Claire's kind of is, because, like, Sherry follows you and she laps behind a lot, which isn't good. So sometimes you just have to go back and get her, and it's really obnoxious. Alrighty. One quick zombie in the way here. Essentially what I do here is I just let him grab me. If Ada's feeling up for it, she'll shoot him like that, which is funny. But I haven't been able to do it without getting hit by that guy. Even if I wait for Ada to shoot him, he's still probably going to grab me out of that. This dodge is not my favorite. Neither is this one. Why did she stop to shoot him? What the hell was that? Oh, that was great. Let's go put some of this away. Don't need the valve handle ever again. Don't need the handgun ever again. And we'll keep this magnum and some healing. Snag this thing. Don't need shotgun shells. Go over and snag this first aid spray, because why the heck not? Love this tune, by the way. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. I don't actually know what you call this vehicle. It essentially works like an elevator. You get inside this tram, and it just takes you up or down into the facility that you're trying to access. A couple things we gotta get in here, though. First of all, I need more magnum bullets. You need 9 to kill this boss. We're gonna snag this key. This control panel we need to be able to operate this thing. Can't see the words dumbwaiter without thinking of a Simpsons reference. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to combine with the Magnum. I'm going to use the key. I also didn't equip the Magnum. God damn it, Lrock. Do this out of spite. Okay, do the thing. There we go. Hey, it's a rat video. Never would have known. It's not a service elevator. Service elevators are actually more like elevators. They're just wider because you have to fit like carts and stuff in there, pallets. Definitely worked on service elevators before. Not a fan. We get this little FMV sequence. William finds the car. Ada gets plunged.
Ada.
You know, the usual.
Come on, snap out of it.
We gotta go do the damn thing. So yeah, as long as this boss fight's ongoing, we can't get back inside this thing. Not a big deal. That, however, is a big deal. Somebody just throws a steel pipe at you to get your attention. Let's say it works. Here we have our quote-unquote victim from the cutscene. This is William Birkin, primary antagonist in this game. We've seen him a number of times. His face melted into his chest there. I'll be honest, I'm not great at this fight, but I do what I can. That was good. That was not. We're gonna take some damage here. Did I use up all my bullets? He must have been invincible during one of those. He's supposed to go into his second win from that. That's weird. Ooh, I lost a lot of bullets here. That's not good. I definitely lost 2 bullets I should not have, and I'm not happy about that. Hopefully that shouldn't have too much of an impact, but I am going to have to be a bit more resource management intensive for a bit. 2 bullets shouldn't matter to the world, but you never know.
Come on. Wake up.
That was only supposed to take 9 hits, and it took 11. Not great.
Welcome back. Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab.
More runners in the house. What's up, Outworld?
Rest here in the meantime.
But
nice little feels cutscene here. Ada gets cut. Leon brings her to safety.
I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you.
Aww.
I know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
Gonna nab a couple of items out of here real quick. Green herb I'm probably just going to combine with the other 2. Makes a full healing item. With the exception of the fact that it does not heal poison. No! Collision detection, why? Ada did not shoot Leon, Annette did. She was aiming for Ada, and Leon took the hit. Very noble thing to do, you see. Very stupid thing to do, but also possibly noble. So now we're in the Umbrella facility. Gotta figure out the way to get to the public transpo in the bottom floor. This first aid spray, because why not? That was why not. I should have done this all first. Ripping pepperonis. Snag this. Just need the fuse case so we can take it across here and restore the power. Aligning with this thing is annoying at times. You have to align like right with that blue light. I always thought the concept behind this was cool. I've never really looked too much into like cold case style of science experiments, but I like the fact that it's here. It's just neat to look at. So icy. I'll take that. Moving on, moving on. No worries. A lot of character motives that have to be kept track of. I'm gonna go ahead and equip this so I have it. I don't plan on using it, but this is a good spot to make sure that I have it at the ready. Down the red balcony. We introduced a new enemy here. The rooms off to the right have a bunch of cool stuff if you're just playing casually, like a lot of shotgun shells for your now customized shotgun. But here we don't need that. Here we're just gonna hug the left wall and dodge these ivies and then move on. Hopefully we won't interact with ivies too often. They're pretty gnarly when it comes to their moveset. They have an acid spit similar to the spiders, except theirs I think is actually a bit more consistent and it has better range. They also have a grab that does a ton of damage to you. Okay, here we have certainly one of the hardest rooms in the game, the liquor hallway. Best I can advise here is I hold left to dodge this one. Try to go right to get around that one. Didn't work. Definitely glad I missed getting hit by that. Count my lucky stars on that one. Yeah, that honestly wasn't too bad. Normally that room goes way worse, where I'll get clipped in the ankle like 3 times, or clipped once and then get hit with a leaping slash. That leaping slash does 100 damage. That's half your health. You're automatically put in caution if it touches you. Do not want. Truth told, since we're playing the lab here, there really isn't a whole lot that we have to work with. Yeah, I probably could use the red herb, but I need to get rid of some stuff. Right there we have in the blue light, we have the weapon box. That key was actually in the sewer before we took off. Ooh, I wasn't sure if that guy was going to hit me though. Weapon box is pretty cool. It gives you an upgradable part to your magnum. I don't really care that I got hit by that. I've got more healing than I do ammo, so this is fine. Hopefully this guy's not in the way of the door. I've only seen him do that once, but it was such a sabotage. Like, as soon as I opened the door, the guy was there, and I just could not walk around him. Might even say it was pretty slick looking. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Wanted to be out of caution before I go back to the liquor hallway. Liquor hallway, the return is not quite as hard as the first time around because the corridor isn't quite as, what's the word I'm looking for, claustrophobic. So, even though we had a really good attempt at the first one, I'm hoping this one will be not worse. 2 hits. I don't know where he's jumping to. Yeah, that was gross. There was no way I was gonna know where he was jumping from. That was just pure sabotage, top to bottom. A lot of damage though. Had to heal it. There's a chance I may snag some emergency healing on the way back, but we're not that far from done. Like those green herbs right there are some solid emergency healing items. If only. dodge that Ivy real quick. Alright, so aside from the final boss, this might be the last room that can actually cause problems. In fact, this room cost Vixie the run at Retrothon. She had a safety save, so she got to finish the game, but still would have been cool to see this like a finished run. And that's no knock to her. The Mo Disc room was just awful. And it does that sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna... Essentially my goal here is to just take as little damage as I possibly can. Even though I have all this healing, I would also very much like to not spend too much ammo. Do have to shoot this guy though. I've got a lot more ammo now than I did. I don't mind taking this hit to shove them things out of the way, but they have to fall. That's not good. Yeah, also not good. Was not in collision detection for that. Yep. Still in fine though, so that's cool. Yeah, that wasn't great, but we're here. And we get this little cutscene to go with it.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became...
The reason why more people don't drink truth serum. A little bit too hard to swallow.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
You've known her for like 2 hours,
You
bro.
don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway.
Oh, speaking of hard.
What happened?
I'm also wondering how Leon wasn't affected like that, because that was surely some quakeage. And he's just standing there like nothing happened. Like, the ground was actually shaking, and he was just not moving. So we took the G-Virus, and now we're the ultimate supervillain. Well, not quite, but maybe one day. It's just a story element to have it.
This sequence may not be aborted.
But it's a big one.
All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Let's skedaddle we do. Another great song in a series of them. It's so weird. Hearing this song without the sirens blaring like it is on the soundtrack is off-putting a bit, but it's a better piece of music that way, I think.
Leon.
Oh, look who it is.
I've been waiting for you, Leon.
What are you doing?
Oh.
I don't believe this.
Oh. Okay, so something's going on with the disc. Cut out Ada's audio. That was weird.
That's why I told you to leave.
I've never seen that happen before. That was strange.
Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't.
I'd also like to point out the fact that Leon has had guns pointed at him by 2 people within a 5-minute span. I'm not sure if that constitutes having a good day or not. And she wussed out. Took a bullet herself.
Ada!
Also, that gun's important because I'm going to show everybody one of my favorite pieces of narrative storytelling in this game.
Don't give up.
Leon, it's over. Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
This music is insane. It's so good.
Too late, Leon. We both know it.
No. I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me out here.
I really wanted to escape with you, Leon. Escape from everything. Goodbye.
We got probably the most memorable line in the whole game. Echoed through the ages. I also knock this piece of animation so much, and I'm not gonna stop today. Having your feet bend into your legs like that, like, really? I think they could have worked a little bit on that, but I don't know. It's a nitpick, but it's still, like, I hate looking at it just because it looks so freaking painful. But I don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess.
So, this is what everyone's been dying
Definite fit of passion here. Probably shouldn't have done that, but here we are. So anyway, gonna walk over to Ada's gun. It wasn't loaded. She was telling the truth. She had no intention of killing him for the G-Virus, and she did want to escape with him. Plot thickens. Before I go through this, I'm gonna check my healing situation. Got 3 first aid sprays. I feel like that should be okay, but what I want to do is I want to take these green herbs so I can heal right now. That scares me a little bit. Oh, it was inverting. Like, I want to be full health before I go into this hallway. When you come back to the liquor hallway, instead of liquors, you actually have to fight zombies. And they're some of the toughest zombies in the game. They do better damage than a standard zombie does, and they have more health. Granted, I could just take them all out with magnums and just be done with them, but I'm not going to do that. Try and do some dodging. I'm actually pretty amazed I was able to dodge that first one. That's not common for me. Did not want to get grabbed there, but okay. Alright, first of many heals, I'm sure. Alright, on our way to the end. Yeah, for sure. His voice is iconic for sure. Under our final room of importance. Get our countdown timer.
5 minutes until detonation.
Also, shoutouts to people who know how to spell elevator. I want to throw it out there real quick. Alright, full health. Pretty good amount of ammo. Not feeling too bad here. Though I should probably check my ammo overall. I don't know quite what I was at. So I'm just going to go gung-ho on William first. Up close, I think it only takes 3 hits. No, it's going to take 4. That's gross. Yuck. Then he gets to transform into a puppy dog. I'm also seriously considering healing again. Reason being, William has a grab attack that does absolutely insane damage. It's like 110. I got a hit. Yeah, so if he does that, I'm definitely doing it. No! Please don't kill me. Oh god, okay, that was actually terrifying. Whew. I mean, I had a safety save, but damn. For everything else to go well and then not that. Like, he got a 4-hit combo there. He did tag, jump, tag again, and then grab. Like, I couldn't beat that. I was mashing the menu button. And the game was just like, nah, man, you're just going to take this L. And I'm pretty sure I was almost dead. I was probably at 10 health there, but that's our boss. Scary stuff. William kills so many runs. Alright, so that's going to take us down to the bottom. Get onto our subway care. Time's going to be when the final cutscene starts. There we have it. The added cutscenes, I'm really happy with the 124. I think I've been averaging like 121, 122, and with the estimate that I had, I thought I could get at least one good FMV in if we were able to have to move on. Whew. Lots of scare moments in that run. That game was ready to take that away from me up until the very final boss. Like, man, William comboed the crap out of me there. Terrifying. Anyway. This game can be a heartbreaker sometimes. I'm just thankful that it wasn't today. Thank you all so much for the GGs. I always have a blast playing this game. I don't speedrun it to a great potential or anything, but I've had a lot of time to ponder this game this year because I've just been considering, like, my favorite games of all time, and I legitimately think this is my #1 game ever. Like, I cannot sit down and play this game and not enjoy myself. It's just so good. It's so much fun. The story's great. The characters are great. I don't mind tank controls. The environments are incredible. Everything pre-rendered. Just it's to me, this game is everything about the PlayStation 1 at the pinnacle. And by that I mean like PlayStation 1 goes 3D because that's primarily what it was there for. I love me some PlayStation 1 2D, but it's not exactly a secret that most of the games on that console were primarily 3D, probably a good 80% of them. Once again, thank you all so much for the love and support. Up next, to finish up our Friday night block of Resident Evil, we're going to have RGL Zone of Fought at Cthulhu. Always entertaining to see you play that game. Anyway, y'all will see me again tomorrow. I'll be back during the fighting game block at the end of the night with, I think in order it goes, Tekken 3, WrestleMania the arcade game, and Mortal Kombat Trilogy, leading into Outworld's run of MK Mythologies. So yeah, I'll let this awesome song play out for you all, and have a good night. Take care.